Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another Ethereum update. This video is important. Now, we are, of course, witnessing a sell-off, but I am here to tell you that what we are seeing is absolutely normal. Of course, we are going to take a look at Ethereum. We're going to drop it down to a 1 hourly time frame. We're going to take a look, and do a little bit of TA on Ethereum. But what I really want to do, guys, is step back, zoom out, look at this space as a whole with you, look at Ethereum as a whole, and essentially tell you what you're investing in. I think this is something that people, sort of look over. Everyone's so fixated on what's happening and the sort of the media, and everyone's got ADD, and no one's attention span is more than a couple of hours. And, if they've not made 100x in a month, it's a garbage or whatever. I want to take you away from that. And one reason I want to take you away from that is because how many technical analysis guys do you watch? And I'm a novice TA guy, essentially. I follow and speak on the phone to a number of fantastic TA, technical analysis, analogizers. But I want to escape that for this video. We are going to do a little bit of it towards the end of the video. Of course, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin as well. But what I want to do is show you and highlight to you what you are investing in. Now, we're going to take a look at Amazon and how Amazon acted in the dot-com boom. And Amazon today is one of the most valuable companies out there. Why am I relating? And we used to do this when we started the channel up around about 9 months ago now. You can go back and watch those videos before Bitcoin had even broke its all-time highs. Essentially what we did was we said that, Bitcoin was looking, it was doing a similar thing to Amazon. You can see that's really true. But why am I bringing Amazon up and Ethereum similar, but Bitcoin was sort of more similar? So remember, this is Bitcoin, guys, and this is Amazon. We're doing something different here. We're mixing it up. We're not going on the short-term time frame. However, we are going to give you some sort of review on that. But I want to get this point across to all of you, because what you're looking at on a shorter time frame will make absolutely no difference to you if you believe in what you are invested in. I have a belief in Ethereum that I've had for nearly 4 years now, in what it's trying to do, in its disruptive nature, akin, and we say on pretty much every single video we make, we say that this technology, blockchain technology, is as disruptive as the internet. It is akin to the internet in its disruptive nature and how it is going to essentially revolutionize the world. And how I'm going to show you that, guys, is we're going to take a look at Amazon back in the dot-com boom. Now, what I'm trying to show you here, guys, is Amazon did pretty much a similar thing to what Ethereum did in 2017, the sort of bull run of 2017. And Amazon's price essentially went from around about $105 all the way down to $5. So down here, guys, a lot of people would not have equated any kind of a value to it. Nobody was really touching Amazon back in the sort of start of the 2000s. However, when I say to you that price and value are two separate entities, price does not always dictate the true value of something. This is what I'm trying to highlight to you. And this will help, a lot of people out there, I always get it on, and this isn't the first pullback we've had on this channel, guys. Every pullback, we've told you what's going on. It's part and parcel. Let's look at Bitcoin back in 2017. All these green squares, barring this one, I'm about to delete for you, are all pullbacks, sometimes as severe as 33%. It's part and parcel. In hindsight, and I can't tell you what to do with your money, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. This could be a fantastic buying opportunity for you to get into Ethereum. I'm not saying we're not going to sell off to the downside. And like I say, we're going to drop it down to a 1 hourly chart in a minute and kind of take a look at what's perhaps going on. However, ultimately, if you understand where this project is going, you have nothing to fear. The short time frames do not matter. And I've always labelled myself as a macro investor. I do take some short-term trades, however, they're few and far between, and they're really trades that have like a very high probability of coming off. And the reason I'm a macro investor is because it's a lot less stressful. I understand what I'm investing in. I've got my positions, I've got my bags packed, and I'm just waiting for the takeoff. Now, one reason Amazon did as well as it did is because even when the price dropped all the way down to sort of $5, this was valuable in the sense that it was revolutionizing the e-commerce, first with books and the delivery of books and how you purchase books and the secondhand kind of book market, and then, you know, has expanded into this conglomerate legacy sort of financial institute that is now Amazon, you know, one of the biggest landowners in America, etc. We can go on, one of the biggest stocks and companies in the world. Knowing what we know now, even though back then, after the sort of dot-com boom, it only had a sort of $6 or anywhere from like a $5 to a $7 price tag, this was exceptionally valuable and undervalued. And we all know where Amazon is at today. I mean, if we kind of take a look where Amazon is today, it's at $3,325. So the price of it back then at that crash did not dictate its real true value and potential. The same thing is true for Ethereum, guys. Amazon revolutionized a whole sector of e-commerce and a whole sector of how people buy things, and, you know, the internet, no one really understood it, etc., etc. Blockchain technology and the opportunities that you have in this technology are the exact same in many respects as when the internet first came on. In the same way, I don't think Satoshi, when he sort of released Bitcoin, really understood the ramifications that it would have. I mean, I think Bitcoin passed the Great British Pound in terms of market cap. You know, we're in a crazy, crazy space, a crazily disruptive space that is revolutionizing the world. And Ethereum literally, in many respects, is doing that. You know, it is more efficient than, and if it harnessed correctly and by the right people, is going to completely innovate the systems that we currently have. It's going to change them. It's going to eradicate them and essentially input itself and appreciate in terms of price as a result of this, because it's actually adding value. The same way that Amazon adds value to, and we can all talk about, you know, the pros and cons of a company being that big and having a monopoly over the e-commerce, and they really do have a monopoly. But that's for another video and another debate. What I'm really trying to highlight to you here, guys, is that, you know, short term, we are selling off. We have sold off. Do we bottom out and then kind of impulse higher? It's absolutely possible. One thing I want to do quickly whilst I've got you here, guys, let's jump down to an hourly chart, and you could really see a head and shoulders. So many people were drawing this in a different kind of manner. I mean, some people were saying this was your left shoulder, this was your right shoulder, and this was your head. But I think it played out on more of a bigger sort of scale, with this being your left shoulder, this being your right shoulder, and where you go from here. You remember, like I say, the point that I made at the start of the video is very much a true one. You know, TA is good. It can certainly help you if you're a trader, if you're looking to trade any kind of a short term. But ultimately, a lot of guys that I watched that do TA got kind of caught out with this sell. They had a lot of longs open. We certainly know that there were a lot of longs liquidated. We kind of know the reason for Bitcoin's sell-off now. It's somewhat linked to hash rate. It's somewhat nonsensical. I mean, the fact of the matter is you have people involved that are trying to trade these markets. That is going to add pressure to not only the long side of things, but the short side of things. So back to the, you know, what I'm kind of saying on this video, and that is really, you know, we're taking a look at let's get that after 1 hourly, because no one will understand what we're looking at. Back to what I'm saying in this video, guys. You know, value and price are different things. If you understand the true value of Ethereum, then the price at the current moment in time, so today, is really irrelevant, unless you're looking to sort of get into the market. And whenever we have sell-off, guys, and this is a tip, certainly if you're looking to accumulate, you know, if you're in a sort of accumulation game with your cryptocurrency strategy, one thing that you really, really, really want to do, guys, is set buy orders on the way down. Set some crazy buy order that's super low, because you never know, you may get there. It may just get filled. You could wick down to it, etc., depending on what exchange you're on and how kind of trustworthy they are, etc., etc. So that is really the kind of bulk of what I have for you in this video. Are we going to see a recovery? Well, that largely depends on Bitcoin. We spoke to you about Bitcoin and a number of times. You know, if we drop it to a logarithmic scale, you can see that it kind of looks like Bitcoin's losing momentum, and that, you know, we were really kind of, you know, kind of bowing out and losing momentum, and that a sell-off was in many respects long overdue. We've done a lot of altcoins have done a hell of a lot. A kind of cooling off period, a release of that valve to let a bit of pressure out is absolutely fine. And like I say, I've showed you sell-offs are an absolute normal part. And what a lot of people I think get really sort of worried about and fearful of, and it's not irrational that people are sort of looking out for this and worried about this, is people are always saying, oh, well, how do we know that the bull market hasn't sort of ended by now? Now, we have a number of metrics. And the first metric that I want to show you quickly, this isn't a Bitcoin thing, this is just to kind of reassure you that I don't believe the bull market is over. I think we have a long way to go. And I'm still in a large majority of my crypto and still for a number of coins out there. Still an accumulation game because I understand where this space is going. I think we have trillions of dollars to flow into the cryptocurrency market, somewhere to 8 to 11 trillion dollars will probably flow in, so we'll get to around about gold's market cap. Today we're only sat at $2 trillion, just about. We're hanging on in there. But what I'm trying to show you here, and this is a logarithmic scale, I think Bitcoin works in a 4-year cycle theory pattern where essentially it's kind of surrounded by the halvenings, and you can kind of predict what's going to happen based around that. What have we got going on here? So this is your first, I've drawn that really bad. Okay. So this is your first 4 years. So it started in 2014 with the turn of the new year and ended in 2017. And this, of course, is your second 4-year cycle theory that will end around about 2022. I think you guys can sort of get what I'm saying here. And essentially what I've done is I've put with the kind of red lines where we broke our prior all-time highs and what kind of comes after that. With Bitcoin, you've only really made this sort of first leg. And you're now having a sell-off of some sort of proportion. You can see that you've not done sort of enough yet when you kind of zoom out. So you have no reason, certainly in the long term. Short term, perhaps we could sell off, we could roll over. That is absolutely a possibility. And of course, if Bitcoin rolls over, the rest of the market will roll over. However, I don't think that's necessarily a likely scenario. I think maybe a sell-off of some degree and then just continuation is likely to happen. Remember, you are in a bull market, in my opinion. It's confirmed. We've never had so much good news. I think 3 on the same day Ethereum ETFs got launched in Canada. You've never had so much bullish news. You've got big companies now looking to get into Ethereum. You've got no reason to be bearish. And remember what I said to you about, value and price don't always mean the same. They're not always. Price isn't always a good way to denominate value. Me kind of showing you the Amazon stock was a way for me to give you a visual of that. So that is all I really have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. I hope this has been informative. I hope you have. We wanted to do something a little bit different, not really focus on the kind of what's going on in the immediate. We could see a recovery. However, for me, guys, I've just got buy orders set all the way down, and I'm going to see what I can pick up. And ultimately, I may take some leverage trades on this. However, if you are new to this space, if you are just getting involved in the cryptocurrency market, do not trade it. It's as simple as that. The majority of traders lose money in the traditional kind of finance, stocks, bonds, commodities, whatever. The cryptocurrency market is like those markets on steroids in terms of volatility, and is not a good idea. You will get wrecked if you don't know what you're doing. Take that from somebody who has been there, done that, lost money as a result of it. I don't take trades unless I think there's a very high probability of them paying off. I'm happy being a macro investor. A lot of the times as well, macro investors and people that invest on a longer time frame will actually outperform traders. It's a lot less work. It's easier to do. All you really need to do is understand what you're investing in and see true value in it. So that's all I have for you in this video, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. I hope you've appreciated this content. If you have, a like is always welcomed. Comments, I want to know your feedback. Let me know what you are thinking, what you thought about this video, what you think about the overall space, where we're going. Of course, the only coin that is really up significantly today is Dogecoin. However, I think I've said plenty on that. So that is all I have for you guys. I'm going to love and leave you. Get subscribed to one of the fastest and realest growing YouTube channels, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.